remember. It was unreal. So glad they could take
I've
the
never
clothes
seen
back off the
3
cars.
elves get undressed and get dressed. Unbelievable.
3 elves, 1 captain. 4 elves, 1 captain in a...
Are you counting yourself as an elf?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
4-1.
Oh yeah.
So
okay, well...
we have new gear.
What's
new
that,
potatoes.
Captain?
This is... if you are fortunate enough to be sort of one of those guys where money is no object and you just want the best gear that you can buy, then
Like that man.
Like that man. You can pick up these ridiculous reissues of 59 Les Pauls now that come from Gibson with a little bit of kind of aging. And
Take it to the front so they can touch it.
touch that, go on, touch that. Costs more than your education. You touch it, touch that in. So I love these, and Rob and I earlier in the year had the good fortune to be invited to go to America to see a chap called David Brass at Fretted Americano. If you're watching over your lunch, David, can he watch today? He can, it's not Saturday, is it?
Anyway. You can watch, yes, you can watch.
And
oh, Davo!
David buys and sells jolly expensive rare guitars, and whilst we were there he had...
I define jolly expensive because the average person won't fathom the quaintness of that expensive tag.
So we got to...
How expensive is expensive for a guitar?
Yeah, what would you think? If I said to you this is X, how much would you have to go, oh my god? £10,000.
Not bad, actually.
It's well, we would have to add noughts and times it by 5 to get anywhere close. So David said, "You got to come back. He's English, by the way. He said, "You got to come back to the office." So we're jet lagged and we're like, "Oh my god, okay." And
oh yeah, we had flown over that day and then landed.
You got to try this. I've got this guitar. You've got to try this. So out comes this Holy Grail 1959 Les Paul, some connection to Joe Bonamassa.
Under the bed.
And he's like, "Oh look at this. It's like and he tells me about all the capacitors and who owned it and da 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 da." Oh right, okay, Dave, that's really nice. How much is that? Oh, that's $440,000. Okay.
You played all right.
Yeah. And so we had this chat about kind of like the million when is the $1 million Les Paul going to happen, and it's clearly going to happen because they're so rare.
And they'll be rarer when the world ends though.
What, on the 21st of?
Yeah.
Don't say that. So we played this guitar and it was great. It was a nice Les Paul. I mean, it looked pretty, it sounded good. But I came back to the UK with this sort of like, actually to be honest with you, and I shouldn't really say this, but we tried some other jolly expensive guitars out there that weren't that great either, were they? And I kind of came back with this idea that just because it's old doesn't mean it's good.
The best guitar there was the Telecaster, the No-Caster.
Yeah, but there are some people out there that would just lead you to believe that because it's old, it's good. And I kind of don't agree with that. So I picked up
we prefer young.
I picked up these 59 Les Pauls, and I've spec'd up these, I try and buy from Gibson the best ones they have, and I'd rather spend the extra £1,000 and get the best one.
And you get to personally spec what you buy?
Well, you can do it, if you want to go all out, but no, most of these are actually reproductions of guitars that Gibson have genuinely bought back or they've borrowed from collectors. So not only are the bursts kind of designed to sort of look authentic to an original 59, but the way the wood's cut and the cavities are cut and the parts that are on there and the way the pickups are wound and everything. And I would absolutely, Rob and I have demoed 3 or 4 59 Les Pauls, reissue 59 Les Pauls. Not
it's always the thing when you open the case and you go, oh god.
I know, and they're just amazing, aren't they?
Yeah.
I don't know how much you've really got to try one. So I'm a big believer in £500 gets you a cheapo Les Paul. A couple of £1,000 gets you a Les Paul standard, and that's a great guitar. That is a great guitar. But if you ever get the chance to go and, whatever reason you inherit some money or you get a big bonus at work or your numbers come up on the lottery, just because these guitars have got big price tags on them, don't go, oh, they won't be worth it. Because these are just amazing. Can you flick my switch?
Turn him on. What else? There's another one. There's another one.
Hang on, don't do that. You'll break it.
Sylvia, don't break it.
Do that. That's fine. Oh no. That's not supposed to happen. I'm just coming back. Cool.
It's because it's got valves in it.
It's got
valves warm up.
So that's no pedals, just the amp. It's just like every bit of Les Paul.
It's like Christmas on your hand, isn't it?
Yeah. And I said, you've got to play this to really love it, but these are just fab, you know, and I love these guitars.
And whenever you play one, he always goes, that's why it's a Les Paul, that's why it's a Les Paul.
And you know, for all the crap that you read in the press about Gibson and blah-de-blah-de-blah, and some people think that, you know, some of the finishing should be better and PRS take more, you know, blah blah bollocks is all I say to that. a really good Les Paul is still the best, you know, one of the best guitars ever made, ever. So
well, why don't we play another Chappers and Captain tune?
All right.
Why don't we do the? We've mixed up some mishmash things. We're going to do a Bon Jovi crossed with something else thing.
Who was he? Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
I don't even know if we can do this.
Let's see if we can pull off without going wrong. It'll be funny.
We'll try it. We only wrote this like 5 minutes before we arrived.
This is part of it. 1.
How did it go again?
You get 2.
2,
3,
4.
I think you should be a little bit louder.
Mike, do I need to be a little louder?
Yeah.
Can you, it's the ones that say master on them. Master Ch 1 and Master Ch 2. Just, that's too loud. A bit down again.
So go down again.
Nailed it. No, up.
Go up.
That's too loud. That's perfect. So, tell us about your guitar, Mr. Chapman.
Who can tell me what this is?
Emma1!
It's an Emma1, E-M-U-L-W-A-N, an Emma1 from Chapman Guitars. It's a guitar company owned by me. It's Monkey Lord approved. This is a prototype guitar, isn't it, Hannah?
Yeah.
And it is. Tell them in your special elf voice.
My special elf voice.
The really, the really wrong thing about Hannah is that she has a voice that she can do that makes her sound like she's 4. But I was looking for you. Tell them in your special elf voice what's unique about this particular prototype and actually has been changed now.
This guitar has a really small headstock, which it will be bigger next time, but it's too small on the prototype.
It's too small now, but it will be bigger next time. But basically, it was a bit
Said in a 4-year-old voice.
It was a bit of it was a bit of a Stonehenge moment. We set off the drawing. Well, Rabia did the headstock design. He's amazing. That's Rabia behind you. You might recognise him because he's got a massive afro. But he's incredible at freehand sketching. But what we forgot to do was supply the measurements. So they went, oh, we can do that. Boom! Oh, wait a minute. It's a bit short.
It was Stonehenge, wasn't it?
It was Stonehenge, yeah. But that's funny. But anyway, so it's an MR1. It's like the regular MR1, but it's better. It's got a recessed bolt on rather than a plate with my face on it, which I think just goes to show that it's not all about me. It's maybe a percentage about me, and then the rest of it is about making amazing guitars. So recessed bolt on, maple, ebony fretboard, jumbo frets, extra jumbo frets actually, because they were jumbo, and I went,
it's not jumbo enough.
could we just jumbo it some more?
And then we went one step further and got mammoth frets.
I did,
and then
but
they
we're not
came
going
out
to do
and
that
there was almost no distance between where the fret ended
No, it's
and
like
the next
playing
one
a fret.
started. So we said that's too much.
It's
But there is
awesome.
a guitar around somewhere that does exist.
I've got it at home.
Have you?
I've got to get the nut redone.
It's just a stupid
Pablo.
guitar.
Yes. I keep forgetting to bring it. So Wilkinson Trem. Why did I choose a Wilkinson Trem? Because it's really good, and they're affordable to buy in from factories.
Yep.
So it makes it a more affordable guitar. It's got reveal binding, so there's not actually binding. It's just there's nothing there.
We stole that, didn't we, from lots of other guitars that
What are
do
you
that.
talking about,
But it looks gorgeous.
What are you
Well,
talking about, mate?
To be honest with you, isn't that guitars now? You can't reinvent the wheel. And in fairness, companies that try and reinvent the wheel largely just
End up
with
supplying wheels.
Or they just end up with, or they just end up with crap-looking guitars.
Michelin. You
Think,
can't reinvent
think of all
the
the
wheel.
worst-looking guitars that you've seen in the last 10 years, and I guarantee you it's because the manufacturer's gone, let's try and do something that isn't
Was that
a
acoustic
Fender or a
Fender
Gibson.
behind you? That's probably one of the...
Well, even that, no, I'm kind of, what am I thinking of? I'm kind of thinking of some of those... what was that? Yeah, Firebird X. Great
Funny you
shout.
should mention that, because we're not going to talk about
No,
that.
we're not going to talk about that. But there's loads. I mean, I can think of some of the. I remember Ibanez tried to do again. It was like it's almost trying too hard to make a new shape, and it's like yeah, but it just looks rubbish.
There's a lot of inventing problems to then go, here's a solution that you always needed, that you never needed. It's complete arse gravy. So, Wilkinson Trem,
three-way.
coil tapage, knurled metal
I like
knobs.
that actually. I've not seen that. I've not seen the coil tap way that you do this on another brand. So that's kind of you can take your hat off and say. So the idea behind the coil tapping on this was that with it pushed in, it was very very simple. So it was kind of like with it pushed in, it was the tones that were your go-to kind of tones. So all the way forward.
Oh, the wiring.
Yeah.
Oh, we got some ninja wiring.
I know. All the way forward is just your neck pickup. All the way back is just the bridge pickup, and in the middle, I can't remember what was the
I'll show
middle
you.
one. It was the
It
two
is
out
ninja
phase,
wiring.
isn't
It
it?
is ninja wiring. So this is just your bridge pickup, guitar Navor.
I've been playing the James Tyler Variax. It's been a wonderful guitar. It's allowed me to do everything in a show with one instrument, which I used to carry around 6 and 7 guitars and try my best to be switching back and forth and get different sounds. And I had a major breakthrough where I discovered I could do all those things with one instrument. The reason that pulled me to the DT50 was its versatility and its ability to be different amps. You can lighten it up a bit, and take some of that bite off of it, and it'd be a little more appeasing to the ear. Or you could just go straight dirty with it, and it'll really knock your socks off.
You've got reverb if you stick your effects loop in.
Forgot that.
Yeah, love a bit of reverb. Or have you?
That's the, I don't know. Is it?
Might have to
it's
turn
like-
the reverb a little bit. It's too much.
A wild Pablo appears.
That's perfect, yeah. You have your own reverb tech nowadays.
Yeah, that's what he's actually seriously. I'm not joking now. Consider he doesn't know this yet, but considering having all my pedals on the floor, but by him, so that he can manually smack them when I go. at this point in the set, I'll go, and you go, activate the what and what for me.
That's fine, my rate goes up.
Yes. From nothing.
Yes.
This is actually the first tour we're going to be paying Pablo.
Hooray!
And I think paying Pablo will make a really good documentary.
Paying Pablo. That's the name of a band, isn't it?
Should be.
Paying Pablo.
And if it is the name of a band, it's mine now. So yeah, that's the middle position.
So that's your...
This is my...
Out of
I've run out of heavy licks. Let's play some...
Because I think if you own a Strat, the chances are, even though it's got a 5-way blade, you will use the neck pickup, the front 2 pickups in their sort of phased position, or you'll go straight to the bridge. So what I like about this is it's a 3-way pickup, a 3-way selector that just goes, well, there are the 3 tones, no mucking about.
Talking
However,
of bridge.
Melancholy. Very Lydian.
Yes.
Sorry, who's she? Lydia.
But you tap that bad boy. Tap, I said tap's a funny word. And this is the back position. This is my S-type guitar for... where you get just enough that it goes into that kind of lightning bolt pain in your face type stuff. In the middle, you get a very interesting, like a woody hollow.
It's all 3, isn't it?
Is that what it was?
It's all 3 in the middle.
All 3 in the middle. And at the front, it's another configuration that
No, hang on, what is
completely
it?
forgot.
What is it? Maybe it's all 3. Anyway, it's very clever. You'll have to look on the website, but I do remember seeing this. It basically gives you, with the thing pressed in, I think that's its your go-to kind of guitar tones, and then with it pulled out, you've got some weird and wonderful.
But what I like the most is the I'll show you. Yeah, that kind of, it's out of fade. What I like best about it is it's just badass.
It's very good, isn't it? And soon to be in a 7-string as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Which I don't know. Are you ever going to play any 7-string sort of stuff? No.
No, I might. I'll own one.
We got a cool guy in
might as well.
America. Is Keith watching now?
Hi, Keith.
He might be. We've got a cool 7-string kind of crazy dude in America that's he's basically designing it sort of on our behalf, isn't he? Or with the people, though, as always.
Yeah, he's our ambassador.
That's it. That's the word.
Stop playing on my head.
So, should we do some more questions from
Who's got a question about anything we've spoken about so far?
man at the back or man at the front? Let's do the
Oh,
one
no,
at the
wait.
back.
Yes, man at the back first, then Scottish.
Why Strats, Lee?
Why do I like Strats?
Yes.
Do you know what, actually? I like playing a guitar that is a bit harder to play. I can't get used to... I was saying
If you give
to Rob,
Lee 9s and E flat, he's like...
I was saying to Rob earlier on, when I play the guitar, Rob and I are actually quite different on this. Rob has a very floaty kind of feel on the way he's not holding the neck very hard, and I think that must enable Rob and similar type players to get around the fretboard much faster. I'm hanging on to the neck of my guitar like for dear life, and I don't know why. I just kind of am. And if you give me a guitar that's got a wide fretboard and no, girth behind the neck, and weedy strings on it, I don't know. I want to fight my guitar. I want to. If I'm going to bend a note. In fact, even a Les Paul's probably too easy. Can I have that one at the front there? I mean, this is probably this is a great guitar. But again, you play this and you do feel like you're fighting. And I don't know why. I mean, I'm a huge fan of Stevie Ray Vaughan, but I don't know a great deal about. You know, I know he used to use super heavy strings and had a high action and always got that kind of very clean, slightly driven kind of tone. But there was a lot of, you know, I vaguely remember hearing, you know, he had that same kind of thing. You know, his fingers were all bleeding by the time he finished the gig, and it was kind of like it must be something to do with the tone. But yeah, I just
I think also it's because he's your favourite guitar player.
John Mayer and Hendrix and all this.
That's the way it is. It's like you just go, my favourite guitar player is this person.
Yeah.
And therefore, thank you. Hello.
But Strats, you know, I suppose the other thing I love about Strats is I love the affordability of them. You know, I love the fact that, you know, I love the fact that Leo Fender didn't really play guitar. You know, I just love the fact he was like an amp repair dude that just sort of went, I think I can solve these guys with acoustic guitars that need feeding back all the time. I know what I do. I get 2 planks of wood, I slap them together and stick a pickup on it and see what happens. And
I believe that's
and it is like, all of a sudden it's like, oh my God, the greatest you know, the guitar that starts this all has all just been born.
Yeah. If only you could have taken the shotgun. So, how much would this guitar cost?
This was £4,000, but you don't need to spend £4,000.
And how much would this retail?
£350.
So how many of these are in that?
I don't know, 1 or 10 if you. But that's, you know, I mean that's fine. And I would not advocate spending £4,000 on a Strat if it wasn't, you know, something.
Thing is, if you've got the money, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, there's always been that. I mean, I've always. I don't think guitar companies do themselves any favours, actually. I'll do my little sort of, you know, mini sales.
Bearing in mind we are a guitar company.
No, what I mean is, we make guitars that are £3,000 or £4,000, and because we make guitars that are £99 as well, therefore a £3,000 or £4,000 guitar is seen as unbelievably expensive. Why pay 3 or 4? And I just sit all day long watching guys roll up on my forecourt in, you know, a mid-range BMW. Just cost you £30,000. How much is that worth the minute you rolled it off the forecourt? Oh, £15,000. Did you blink twice about the fact that you just bought a car that was £15,000 less the second you drew it? You know, no, you didn't think that. It's just, that's just normal. We just accept that's what it is. But £3,000 to spend on a guitar that in 5 years' time will actually probably be worth more, that's a problem. Huh? What? Why?
Do that again. Do it again.
Huh? So that's like, I mean, I sort of sit there and I kind of go, I don't know. I mean, but it's the key, I suppose, at the end of the day, and Rob said it absolutely, you know, don't, you know, I would never, ever advocate, you know, not paying the mortgage or going hungry just to have the guitar that you want. You know, it's like, get your priorities right. You know, guitar, you know, and if, you know, if you want to go and play a classic vibe Strat, in fact, we should get, can you get me a classic vibe Strat, just if we've got
While
one?
we're doing that, I wanted to take the question from Scotland.
Yeah.
Well, 2 things. Have you got the Cap 10 guitar?
I'm afraid we haven't got the Cap 10 with us,
Okay.
because I'm an idiot. No, I actually stole a part from it to put on this.
Did you?
Yeah, well, because I was playing with this experimental pygmy neck, and it fired the string tree across the room while I was playing it. I was like, oh, fuck. How am I gonna? So I had. Sorry. So I had to.
Hit him with the pillow.
Don't hit him with the pillow. So I had to get another. Thank you. I feel chastised. I had to get another string tree, and I thought, what's the nearest? Oh, it's Cap 10. And just took the string tree off, and that's the Cap 10 signature string tree.
I promise I will speak to the guys in Korea this week, and I will say you must send me the prototype one over ASAP.
And when they're doing that, they could send over my signature mod.
Yeah.
Because I'm making myself a signature mod.
You heard it here first.
I'll tell you what's fun, is making yourself a signature model for your own guitar company.
So just going back to your, this was £4,000 because the story behind this was in 2004, Fender were having a celebration of the 50th anniversary of the very first Strat, it's a 54 Strat, and they, believe it or not, they still had the original tooling for all the pickups from 1954, and the woman that wound them, Abigail Ivara, I think her name is, still worked at Fender. And they said, we're going to do one last batch of pickups that she's going to wind using the original tooling to do them, and then we're going to put the guitars, we're going to put the tooling, sorry, into a museum. So this was done, and then the guy who built it, a guy called Yuri Shishkov, who's one of the master builders in Fender, came over to the UK, showing people how they...
Did you say Yuri Shishkov?
Yeah.
I order those.
What is it? Kebab, is it?
I get them, yeah. I get those.
So Yuri is one of the master builders over there. He's been there a long time, and he bought this over. He bought a few of these over actually to demonstrate in stores how they relic them. This is, well, I say relic. This isn't really relic. This is aged. And he relicked this one here, right here, almost where we're standing. So this was new, and then like 20 minutes later, it wasn't. And he had this very secret concoction of this dirty brown liquid that he rubbed all over it to sort of make it...
Wait. Crowbar subject change. Elf Hannah, what do you think the EVH stands for on the EVH amp?
Elves very helpful.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it stands for. Yes.
So I felt, when I thought I better buy this for myself. So Yuri did me a nice deal, and I kept this one, and it's lovely. But you can see over here, although it's a slightly different colour, and let me plug this in. In fact, hold that a second. So you can see if we go. Here's a sound, neck prick up. And now we go with my classic Vibe Strat, which, as you rightly say, I could buy like 20 of these for the same price if you wanted to. Oh, nice.
Comes with the original 60s tuning. For the benefit of the audience on intranet, that's the studio lighting here. The difference is that one will stay in tune.
No, that's a bit unfair. I was hoping.
Unfair.
Can I just have a... Come back to me. Talk about something else for a minute, and then I'll do the...
I've got a Joe Bonamassa wah pedal, and I chose to stand on it because it looks expensive. And the only wah I've got and always ever used is the classic Crybaby wah. And I just thought it would be a nice... You're in tune? I'll stop talking about this.
Should we do adverts first?
Oh, wait, adverts!
It can't be time for an advert break, but let me just do this quickly before we go to advert break. So, as you can see, sounds like a Strat.
Quick change.
Sounds like a Strat. Costs peanuts. I think Leo Fender basically invented this so that you could make guitars like that, Because it enables everybody in the world.
Was that neck pickup?
Yeah,
do bridge.
guitar.
Bridge that one.
Okay.
Bridge that one.
But so here we go.
You ready?
I just wanted to make sure I hadn't found it in the bin already. You came out my amp.
You came out my reverb. Thank you, Pablo, for equipping my guitar with my signature 7-gauge strings. Particularly. Makes it have that special. What are you doing?
Trying to sit here.
What are you doing, Alf? Sit down.
Okay. Let me move this guitar for you.
I'm having too much fun. Very elfish.
This is Daisy Elf.
Sorry.
Everyone say hi, Daisy.
Oh dear.
Thanks.
Oh, right. So what are we doing now?
Well, I've got a new guitar.
Well, you better tell us about it then, haven't you?
You ain't. This
You ain't.
is it's a 0% instant finance. No,
How good those ones are.
it's an Andertons selected musicians #1.
Shall I read it for you?
That's alright, good.
Okay.
It's a PRS SE. What does SE stand for, Hannah Elf?
Special education.
Probably isn't one of those.
It's a PRS special education. 245. Why is it 245, Hannah Elf? Sylvia Elf. 245 what? 245.
Anyone in the audience want to guess that one?
Guitars?
Before I tell you, it's the scaling. And why is that important? 245. What's a Les Paul scale length?
24 and 75.
Sorry?
24 and
24 and 3/4. That's right. So the SE 245 has a very slightly shorter scale length than a Les Paul. So meaning that when it's tuned to the same pitch, it'll have a slightly lighter feel than a Les Paul. This was the sort of the nod. The 245 was the nod to Ted McCarthy, who was one of the chief Gibson designers through the whole kind of Les Paul era and beyond. And then he went to go and work for PRS and did some for him. So they, you know, these were kind of almost, it's all a bit, you know, bizarre, isn't it? But you know, the chief Les Paul guy ended up working for PRS and designing a guitar that actually was more like a Les Paul than a PRS. But whatever. Well, but not actually. Rob and I'll be sitting there going, you know what, this fretboard sounds different to the other fretboard.
Yeah, it
you know,
does,
it's like that, and you're going, yeah, it's quite a bit, you know, there's definitely a bit more attack.
But the thing is, I've made 1,000+ videos demoing gear.
Yeah.
You do enough of it, you end up noticing.
Yeah,
the
everything.
differences.
So you can sit there going, yeah, do you know what, this actually, well, you know, this wraparound tailpiece sounds a little bit different to one with a Tune-o-matic tailpiece. And some of the most ridiculous comments that we've had is that if you put EMGs on anything, it will sound the same. And you just go, it's not physically possible. You could, you know, if you put EMGs on a metal guitar with a, you know, I don't mean heavy metal, I mean actually a metal guitar with a, you know, with a bolt-on neck on it versus a mahogany guitar with a you know, set mahogany neck, it will sound different.
Because of physics.
Because of physics.
Because
So,
it's a system.
so when we do say on videos, actually, yeah, you can hear the difference. Apology, you may not be able to hear the difference on YouTube, but that's not because it isn't real. That's just because of the way YouTube, you know, compresses the sound. But so Rob's probably right about, you know, the tone of a wraparound bridge will be a bit different. I always worry that intonation will be an issue on these bridges because there's no way to adjust it, but it doesn't appear to be. That's beautiful. What are you going to play?
D. Well, where next? Where next?
A.
Straight to the A. Well, where next? G.
That's beautiful.
And
finale. Beautiful. So,
thank you.
so rip it up then. Let's see what she's
well,
got.
yeah, ripping it up is a good idea, but before we do that, let's just listen to the pickups because they are stellar sounding, nice, warm.
I got an idea. Although it's a bit unfair because it's a. Have we got this other SE ready yet? Tune faster, Pablo. We'll do a blindfold test. Everybody in here, especially the guy who actually owns the guitar, because this will make him sick if he gets it wrong, has to shut their eyes whilst we play the Tremonti SE with the trem on it, and we play the American Tremonti. And
This
if you
isn't a
can hear
Tremonti, though, this is just a-
that's why I've just,
that one,
tuned it up for you. I'm on it, man. I'm on it.
Okay, so anyway, humbucker from the neck. Middle position, my favourite. That's bad and. There's no coil tappage, it's just the three positions, it's just a three-way. But the interesting thing is they haven't made the pickups so powerful that when you're playing cleans and crunches, it does that booming, fuzzing, horrible sound of pain. But then when you snap it onto something like that, you get what am I doing to my head? You get some kind of mid-scoop cock-wah type thing in the gain sound that cuts through a mix. That's what I like about that.
What's the general feeling in the audience for, you know, passive versus active? Who likes
Hands up if you prefer active pickups. 1 to 2 people.
and
You're
the
a
rest,
girl.
and the rest of you passive. See, that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Because we were saying, what a turnaround, because it literally wouldn't have been 3 or 4 years ago. If you'd have put EMG pickups on anything, people would have gone, wow, that's an upgrade, that's cool, I'm going to check that out. Do you want to put yourself on clean? But nowadays, there seems to have just been a massive backlash. Why do you think it's like, what's gone wrong?
I'll tell you
for
what went
active
wrong
guys?
is that the internet evolved.
Yeah.
People started talking, and then someone in a position of authority went, they sound like shite. And then everyone followed their opinion and went, yeah, they sound like shite. But they don't. They have a sound.
But it was, because I remember that when we did the James Hetfield headset,
Yeah.
and he designed a set of active pickups that tried to have the dynamics of passive pickups, and they definitely did, because we did it on sticks when we were recording, and obviously you can hear you can see the audio, you know, track going in, and you could really see a huge dynamic difference.
Oh, we studied the, we looked at
But
it.
I like Gus G's, what is his called? Fire Blackouts, because he completely rightly just went, why don't we just make an active pickup that you can switch off, so it's passive, and you go, oh yeah, that's a really good idea. So his pickup now is just basically both, isn't it?
But the thing is, it's a tone, and it's art, and it's therefore utterly subjective, and one sound to one guy is shit to someone else, and it's as simple as that. Monty will have a particular tone for, which band are you in now, Monty? Exist Immortal. Who are very good.
They're a jazz band, aren't they? Yeah, it's like
Jazz.
maybe a jazz clean country band.
Endorsed by which guitar company?
That's some rubbish like Chapman or something.
Chapman, yeah.
Chapman?
Yes.
on,
And that's right, Captain. Exist Immortal are endorsed by Chapman guitars.
Are they?
Thank you for
Sorry, I'm just too excited to hear, because I'm desperate to see whether this SE sounds
Okay,
anything
so
like the
shall I
American
use a
one.
gain sound or a clean sound?
Gain.
Hold on. Hands up for gain, hands up for gain. Hands up for clean. There's more.
Clean
More
one.
cleans.
Do you know what? Let's do both. It's the wrong guitar though. You need this
Okay,
guitar.
I like this one.
Yeah, but that's not the point of the demo. Thank you, Pablo. I will give you one thing though.
Let's have
I
it.
much
Forgot
prefer
how
the
to
colour
think
of your guitar to this one. Although you can get this in different colours. So, about a month ago, maybe 6 weeks ago, the UK distributor for PRS announced that they'd done an exclusive deal with Tremonti to do an SE version of his American guitar with the trem on. And I've no idea why, but the American PRS guys just said, well, we're quite happy with the existing Tremonti that we've got in the range. We don't see the need to do another one. So they said, but if you want to do it, you do it. So the English guy or the UK guys did, and we're the only people in the world that have the SE Tremonti with the trem. So
Are we?
we are.
When I say
not
we,
we.
I don't work
mean
for
as in the UK.
Hold on. Let me just check this is tuned. Something it is.
I'll do something else.
Could you all dance while I'm tuning?
What, even me? I
In
can't
a
dance. I can't
Bangra
dance.
style.
Bangra. What about Gangnam Style? Can we do Gangnam Style?
No.
Can we do Gangnam Style?
Yes, Gangnam Style.
Any volunteers?
Yes, it is. It is.
Right, come on, we must be tuned up now.
Hold on.
This is the beauty of recording these and then putting them out, because obviously you don't have to sit through all this. So
Let
apologies.
me sing you the song of my people. It goes. Okay, so clean tones.
You know,
I don't really know any.
You fiddler.
No, I don't know any.
We've got 17.